All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. Hope you're having a great day today. Thought I'd jump on live. It's been a little bit of time, but good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Want to chat a little bit tonight about a call that I was on last night, a team training, and I was actually by one of Tony Robbins' trainers, so wanted to share a little bit of my experience with that. My man Steve, what's up, buddy? What's up, brother? You got called out last night too, which was awesome. Steve Deal, the man. I think she said ABC, Steve, ABC, always be closing, man. So yeah, I got called out as well on the call, which was kind of cool in a good way. It was all positive. If you haven't seen Tony Robbins, I'm sure you know I'm a big fan of his. I saw him live like 2 or 3 years ago, and he spoke for 4 hours. It felt like he spoke for like 12 hours. It was amazing. And so we were super lucky to have one of his top trainers join us last night for a team call, and did about an hour and a half training with us, and just jam-packed it with a bunch of great stuff. But a lot of it was around mindset, was around just your belief system, and just really how you present yourself and come across with confidence and things like that. So the thing that I got called out for, and so it was all, just like everything else nowadays, right? It's all video, online Zoom call, and she had us doing some different things with just how we're sitting and our posture, and just being in like this posture of somebody that is confident, somebody that has reached a certain level of success that you want to get to. So I really was focusing on that, and out of like 140 people, she saw the way that I was sitting and really just gave me a shout out for how kind of just strong that looked, which is kind of funny because sometimes I sit kind of slouched. So really just made me cognizant of doing that, and kind of getting myself into that power position that, you're sitting, as if you were somebody that was already at some sort of level that you maybe desire to get to, or somebody that you see as super successful. Like, just be that person and be in that stature for yourself. So that was a cool experience for me, and I got a lot of love and shout outs as a result of it. I know my man Steve was texting me when it was going on, so that was kind of cool. But aside from that, the content and just the things that we learned was amazing. So I wanted to share a couple things from that training that I thought might be beneficial for you to, think about, put into action, make some changes to whatever it is that you're, doing in your daily life, even if it's just something simple that's going on right now, as you're at home or as you're dealing with, all these changing times. And so just wanted to give a couple tips around that. And so one of the things that I thought was just a great thing to think about is, great question is, what makes some people successful and what makes other people not successful or not as successful. And so the thing that it comes down to is just your pattern of behavior. So what are you doing? This is something I talk about all the time, is what are you doing consistently? What are the things that you're doing that are creating a result, or creating a positive habit, or creating a certain level of success in your life? And what are the things that you're doing that maybe aren't creating them? And so really, how do you evaluate the things that aren't creating that success and flip them and do something new, or change them, even if it's just a small tweak, and change them to be a pattern that is going to create that success? So I thought that was a great thing to think about, is what are the things that you're doing consistently, and are they giving you the results that you want? And if not, then it's time to think about it, reevaluate, maybe make some shifts in it, maybe not a wholesale change, but just some small tweaks to it, and see if that'll give you a different type of result. And so creating those patterns, those consistent behaviors is super important, but also evaluating them and knowing what they're doing for you or what they're not doing for you, and how you can turn that into something that you desire. The second thing was like being honest and rating yourself from a 1 to 10, kind of where you're at on a scale of where you want to be, the things that you desire, the level that you're at, and maybe even getting to the next level. What was really, really interesting is that I think this is a story, maybe it's out there, people probably may have heard this before, but Oprah attended one of Tony's events, and she answered this question. Surprisingly, I was very surprised with what her answer was, but her answer was a 3. So she thought that she was operating at a 3, and this is when she was already a super success. Not like, oh, I'm just getting started. You don't have the name Oprah, don't have the show, don't have, the hundreds and hundreds of different businesses that she's involved with. She was in the midst of all that, and her answer was a 3. And it was a 3 because she realized the potential that she had and how much more that she could do. And so, that was really eye-opening to me, and thinking, oh, what am I doing? What could I be doing? What are the levels that I want to get to? How can I get there? And really just kind of doing that self-evaluation. And so, always thinking about just how to take that next step, how to get to that next level, and how to achieve more. And so it might not be like a jump from here, all the way to the top, but, you can kind of hit those different steps and those different levels as you go. And so really taking the time to evaluate where you're at now and what it would take to maybe take that next step and get to that next level, get from that 3 to that 4. And then the last thing was just having clarity on like what it is that you're missing to get there. And so that all falls into your limiting beliefs versus your empowering beliefs. And so getting from that 3 to 4, really identifying what your limiting beliefs are. And she made us all give a name to those things, the things that we tell ourselves that we're not good enough for this, we're too old for this, we're too young for that, it's just, not meant for me to have X, Y, or Z or something like that, whatever it is, it runs in the family, all this stuff, those limiting beliefs that hold you back from hitting that success or feeling better or, doing something new that maybe you've always wanted to do and think, oh, I'm too old to do that. I'm too old to get started with that. And so, taking those limiting beliefs and really, just saying, is this me? Is this who I want to be? Is this really am I going to let this define me? And shifting that to, well, what are the empowering beliefs that I can have around this? What are the things that I can say to myself and start to think about myself and achieving those things? And it's really all about, envisioning what that is in the future, what that goal or what that thing that you want to achieve is, and starting to kind of connect those dots between where you're at now and those limiting beliefs. And so I said, she made us give a name to it. So a name of something maybe that you don't like, maybe kind of a nickname that you want to give it that doesn't make you feel good about it, so that you can start to really get in that space of like, this isn't me. Like, I am not that person. I'm not those limiting beliefs. And then give a name to the empowering beliefs that you create, so that you can say, okay, this is my my cool name, my power name, something that makes me feel empowered to take ownership and say, well, what would, so-and-so do? What would this, whatever that name is that you create, what would that person do if they were in this situation? So that was the last thing that I thought was like really powerful, and just a great way to put into perspective the things that you think or currently say or currently do, and how you can start to disassociate with those and start to associate with those new thoughts, that new belief system that you're creating. So hopefully those were helpful for you, and just something that you can start to think about. If you want kind of the exercise that we did to go through identifying those limiting beliefs and getting through the creation of the empowering beliefs, shoot me a message. I would love to share kind of those steps. There's a lot more to it. It was kind of a lengthy exercise, but I can give you some of the notes around that, because it might be helpful for you to kind of take those steps and kind of think about the different results that you want, the different actions that you're taking and things like that, because I think that would help you then connect all those dots and see kind of how that all fits together. So reach out, shoot me a message. Would love to share that with you, and just help in any way that I can in terms of helping you kind of get to that next level. So have a great night, and we will talk soon.